in my life, in my 2, 3 decades of existence, I don't think I've ever seen a football team, a football club that has been so hated, either by opposition fans, but also by the media, like Arsenal Football Club. Let's be factual. Let's lay it out there. Are there people who are vocal supporters, not fans, just people who support Arsenal, who says, "Oh, no, they're doing it right. Like, are they getting the goals, set pieces?" Not in the history of football. Not when Barcelona was busy cheating. This is a club that has a cheating scandal that's still open, right? This is a club that got every single decision in the Champions League and their league. Barcelona and Real Madrid, right? These are teams that basically want to colonize the sport. Chelsea, Roman Abramovich came in with the big bucks, spent money that we've never seen before. That was the first time we're seeing multiple 30, 40 million pound signing within a season. The Michael Essens, the Didier Drogbas, the Balak, talk about all the players. They're not hated as much as this club. This Arsenal, a club that's always prided itself in trying to do things the right way. Have we gotten things wrong along the way? Yes. But for football, what are the footballing reasons why Arsenal are hated? That is something that you can write 20, 30, 40, 100 page book on this subject. Why are Arsenal hated? There's so many theories. One particular theory that fascinated me was our decline coincided with the the beginning of the social media, right? The Facebook, the Instagrams, stuff like that, 2003, 2004, when things like this started coming out. And the fact that we nosedived, and did we nosedive? Okay, we didn't win trophies for some years, but we nosedived from the heights of winning the Premier League, constantly competing for the Premier League. But I remember vividly multiple years under Arsene Wenger, at least 3 or 4 times, we competed for the Premier League. We're better than this Chelsea team now. In that state, we're a better team than this Chelsea team in the sense that we're always competing. We had exceptional football players. The Robin Van Persie, the Emmanuel Adebayor going to the San Siro scoring goals, Sex Fabregas, one of the best, youngest, brightest talents in world football. We never had a good defense during that second phase of Arsene Wenger, right? It's the truth. We had absolutely garbage defense, right? Senderos, Jean Giroud, Bakary Sagna was good. Gay was okay. We never had any commanding goalkeeper like David Raya, which we have right now. We had Almonia, wasn't a good goalkeeper. We had Fabianski, we had Vito Manoni, those players. But for whatever reason, the second phase of Wenger, we're a less physical team, we're a less daunted team compared to the likes of Patrice Vieira, Gilberto Silva, David Seaman, the defense, Martin Keown, Campbell. These are big, massive players with technical ability to boot. Like when you talk about Dennis Beckham and Thierry Henry, these players are 6 foot plus, but the level of technical ability in these players was incredible. Now, Mikel Arteta, this version of Arsenal, he came to Arsenal at a very particular period in our evolution whereby everything was stale. Unai Emery came, he tried his best, he wasn't good enough, or he wasn't given the time, or wasn't given the resources. He got some of these things, but I think we got to a point where we just looked at ourselves and say, how can we improve this club? These are the issues that people like Gary Neville, who every single time he talks about Arsenal, he's talking chick. If he says he wants us to win the league, he doesn't really want it because consistency, right? His actions and the statements he makes are not are incongruent, right? They're not consistent. They don't align. Like you don't like the things you've said. You can't on one hand say, "Oh, if Mikel Arteta comes third, fourth, or fifth, if I can remember correctly, that will be the biggest achievement he can have at Arsenal Football Club." This was just 4 or 5 years ago. That does not even make sense. Like, how can the ceiling of a club of the caliber of Arsenal Football Club be fourth? right? You're saying that he should leave Arsenal and go to another club. How does that make sense? How do you see that 4 years ago, Arsenal fans, that somebody like me, we saw the vision, we saw what we're trying to build. We're seeing the gradual changes and the fact that the Kroenkes started spending money, right? They became the overall owner of the club in the sense that they bought off Usmanov, if I'm not mistaken, and some other minority shareholders, and they became the main guys, right? The people who owns the club in its entirety. And from that moment in time, they started having 100% input into the decision making of the club. Am I absolving them of some blames? No, because the promise when we moved from the Ivory to the Emirates was what? Winning. Was what? Dominance. Was a team that is ready to come to the center stage of the world football. But that didn't work out. Like things don't work out in life. There's some factors that made that impossible for us. The loan that we took, the fact that at that point in time was when Chelsea came to the Premier League, and Chelsea, whether we like it or not, they changed the landscape of the league, right? They changed the fact that Chelsea can offer the same player Arsenal or Man United want to sign, they can offer the player three times the wages. They changed the landscape, right? And as the influx of money came into the league, it benefited the league, but it also stifled Arsenal because it coincided with the point where we're moving into the Emirates Stadium, and we need to manage our budget, manage money, and that was also contingent on Arsene Wenger staying at the club. So it stunted his growth too as a manager in the sense that he never got the opportunity to coach France, Real Madrid, all these other big teams in the world, and it affected us, our status as an elite football team. Now, present day, the kind of conversation you see present day is Arsenal are butlers. Have we let some of the league slip? Yes. But how can Arsenal be butler for uh, a team like Manchester City, who 22-23, okay, we were on fire in the beginning of the season, right? And World Cup, and when the World Cup came, the World Cup stifled our development, right? The World Cup affected some players, some key players, right? We had Gabriel Jesus. Who is backing up Gabriel Jesus? You're talking about Andy Nketiah. That was the squad that we had 22-23, right? We bottled it, as people said. 23-24. Second half of the season, I think we won 16 out of 18 games straight. 16 games, one draw against Manchester City, and one loss against Aston Villa. Do you think that is bottling? If you've ever competed for anything in your life, if you ever played any sport, you think winning 16 out of 18 Premier League games in the second half of the season is categorized as bottling, then you know nothing about this sport, right? Third season, just injury reading, we didn't have a good transfer window. We got in Merino, he was injured for like 2 months. Multiple players was injured, Odegaard was injured, and we just didn't compete, and we still came second. Or even last season, we're still tagged as bottling the league, right? It's insane. We competed against a treble winning team, one of the most expensively assembled team in the history of our sport, one of the best footballing team in the history of our sport, and a team with an inexperienced manager, with young players, competed. We absolutely did. Now, present day, you open your Twitter or you open YouTube or you open anything, all you see is the villainization and the vilification of Arsenal Football Club in every way, shape, or form. From rival fans, Manchester United, Chelsea. These are clubs that are not even doing as good as Arsenal. Like talk about Liverpool fans. Everybody wants Manchester City to win the league. Everybody did not want Arsenal to win the league. Now, for me, as an Arsenal fan, and for the Arsenal fans out there, we need to stop looking for that validation. In a week, that was one of our most important weeks of the season in the sense that we've dropped so many points from January, February, and we went into a two London derbies, one away from Rome against Tottenham, who are not so good. But at that point in time, we're not very confident. We slapped them 4-1. And then Chelsea came to the Emirates. We scored two corner kicks. We haven't scored from corner in the last 7 or 8 games. Won the game. And every single conversation or the noise that you're hearing, everything is still, oh, Arsenal, they're a rugby team. They play like Stoke City. They do this, they do that. Did you watch Chelsea 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006? You think they were a free flowing team? You think they didn't score a lot of free kicks, corner kicks? You think there was a time where Arsenal players used to break their leg every season? Even Shawcross and Stoke City winners hated as Arsenal. It doesn't make sense. The angle of, oh, our fans are bad, it's our fans are not so different from the fans of Manchester United, from the fans of Liverpool, from the fans of Chelsea. Manchester City don't have fans, so we don't count them. They're not so different. Fans are supposed to be delusional. There's a level of delusion that most fans have, and consistently we've been painted with a wrong brush. Places like Talk Sports, the BBC, like we're just rage baiting Arsenal. And the reason they're able to get to our fans is because we haven't won in so long. And this is a call to order for Arsenal fans out there. That pressure that you feel, the players already feel it too. The fact that the criticism that you see, the drive to win this as much as possible, I completely understand it. But it's time for us to just support the team. We don't we can impact the calmness. It's the reason why almost every game now at the Emirates Stadium, with the moment we're not like 2 or 3 goals up, and you get to like second half and we're struggling a little bit, the fans are right on top of the players. They're stressed, and the players can feel it. And our performance just nosedives. There's a reason why Chelsea 2-1 up against Chelsea with a man up. We're not able to control the game the last 20 minutes. We struggled. Raya had to make 2 or 3 saves. That didn't happen beginning of the season. So the players are tense. But in order for you to do anything meaningful in life, in order for you to win at the elite environment that Mikel Arteta and his coaching staffs have created, you got to go through this test. You got to be the team or the set of players that are able to bring the first big trophy that the Emirates Stadium will experience. And I believe that will create an explosion and calmness and joy amongst Arsenal fans. And that's all I care about right now. So, Arsenal fans out there, block out the noise, block out all the garbage that we consume in social media. Stop the the doom scrolling on Twitter. I do that sometimes. I just try and give the team the support they need, the support their effort deserves. We are top of the Premier League. We are still in the Champions League, in pole position in Champions League. We're in the final of the Carabao Cup. We have an opportunity to win the first trophy of the season this month. And we're still in the FA Cup. So let's go for it. Let's support the team. And for the players, we appreciate the effort you've put in so far. Let's go finish the season. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the content, and stay blessed. Bye bye.